How's that for tomato plants?
Ooh, guys and girls, welcome back. This week we are gonna venture into something that we haven't done before, in that I'm having some dry spots. The whole yard is just dry anyway, and we're gonna play with something called Hydretain. So this is gonna be my first time with Hydretain. Before we do that, I just put down my weekly dosage of 0.2 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. What else did I do? I got my depth 10 put out, and I've done something that I've never done before. I put out some T-Nex, some plant growth regulator. So hey, I'm either gonna screw it up or do it right. So I think I'm doing it right. Anyway, give you a quick rundown on where we're at in the lawn. I can already see on the camera behind me that the grass looks better in person than it does on camera. I'm gonna try to play with this. There we go. See if that's a little better. We'll switch you around. If I can figure out how to do it. I'm not that smart. Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. Man, I've been dealing with tomato plants all weekend, and I just had a couple of people come get some. The grass plugs are going crazy. Grass sales are going crazy. People out putting grass in the yard. I'm gonna give you a quick shot of the El Toro and what it looks like right this second. Ooh, there it is. How does that look, ladies and gentlemen? These are gonna be some good plugs. That is the most shade tolerant Zoysia cultivar. It is also the cultivar which spreads the fastest in the Zoysia cultivars. So I'm gonna give you a quick peek here. Now remember, I had 6 really big oak trees taken out maybe a couple months ago, and there was so much shade back here that I could not grow hardly anything. Well, still have a lot of shade, but it's a little improved, and I actually took some El Toro plugs and put them in back here. I'm sure you can see them back here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna apply some Hydretain, and what that is a soil moisture manager. What it does is it has a chemical in it called a humectant, and a humectant gets in the soil and attracts moisture and retains moisture. So it just holds it there longer, so when your plant needs it, it is there. It's supposed to reduce watering by 50% or up to 50%. So I've already got a spot over here picked out, and whoa, where are you going, camera? You know, I'm not real fond of this gimbal thing, but hey. So right here around my well, it's always been extremely shady, but it's been just as dry as it has been shady. So it's a real challenge to grow anything there. Well, today that's where we're gonna apply our Hydretain, and I'm really excited about this. So today you're gonna see how that works, what it looks like. I'll talk a little bit more about it, and in a future video, I'll give you an update on what it looks like. Hang on. All right, it's always good practice to wash out your sprayer prior to every use, or even better, right after you use it before you put it up in storage. So we've rinsed out the sprayer, and the directions say 9 ounces per 1,000 on turf. So what we're going to do to ensure that we get this in the ground before it dries or whatever, we're going to do 500 square feet and 2 gallons of carrier. So I'm just going to take that 2 gallons of water with the 4.5 ounces of Hydretain and take my time and make sure that I evenly spread it over 500 square feet. Then I'm going to water it in and move to the next section. 4.5. All right, we have it added. I changed my mind. I'm just going to do about a gallon over 500 square feet. That's about twice as much as the low end of recommendation on Carrier, so we'll be fine with that. It seems like it took 5 minutes to empty that 1 gallon out of that backpack sprayer, but I'm just going to keep on doing that same thing all the way down this strip, basically to these trees in the back and a little beyond that. So probably, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 500 square foot applications at the most, and we'll see how this turns out. I really need to preface all of that information with this fact. Before you apply Hydretain, you should make sure that the soil is wet. Maybe not 100% saturated, but it needs to be irrigated, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Get it good and wet. Make your application and then put another 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of water on it. So this Hydretain has a surfactant in it as well. That surfactant is a soil penetrant, and it takes that humectant and it pushes it into the ground to the root zone. This Hydretain is only effective in the work zone. It is not foliarly absorbed. It has to get into the soil and get pushed down to the root zone. So keep that in mind if you apply it. Alright, so that does my 4.5 ounce application on 500 square feet. Now we're going to move the sprinkler back over here, water this in, and we're going to apply the last gallon that has 9 ounces of Hydretain on 1,000 square feet. There it is. All right, we're getting late in the day. We're just gonna do a walk around. So this is where I was taking some plugs today. We're gonna have a look at the garden for all of you garden aficionados. Tomatoes look good. Bell peppers here, tomatoes here. Squash. Beans, okra. I had some other bell peppers here, but down here at this end is carrots, and of course cucumbers on this side here. And I'm gonna be straight with you. This is one dry piece of ground. So it does take some water. I can't believe how bad it looks on camera. Yeah, I do see open places, but it's filling in really good. I mean, look how it's closing these gaps in pretty daggone quick. Where I top dressed it with compost, I hit it with topsoil the first time. Alright, so I've got a project coming up. I shot a little footage of it today, and it has to do with this strip right here from where I'm standing all the way to the road. And what this strip is about a 15-foot wide strip of nothing but shade. And we're going to talk about, ooh, got something on me. I'm trying to block the microphone from the wind. Anyway, we're going to talk about how to improve your zoysia in a shadier area. What can we do to either fix it or live with it, but make the most of it? So that's an upcoming video. Also, guys, I've got an announcement. I don't know when it's going to be exactly, but let's say it's at least a few weeks away. I'll be giving away a pro plugger on an upcoming video. It will be talked about and reviewed. I'm sure everyone knows about a pro plugger. What else is going on? Oh, I want to show you the top dressing that we did with the topsoil, and then we did a little bit with compost on top. So this strip right here in front of us is basically a tire track from every time I come down this line here. That thing is starting to close in really well. I got to back up for the sprinkler. Let's go around it. That thing is closing up. I'm going to walk you over here to the side of the driveway and show you what it looks like. Remember that white streak that came through here when I top dressed it? Yeah, it's still a little bit thin, but it's growing in real nice. So there's where we stand on that. Golly, this thing does not want to cooperate. This is the other bad spot in the front. There's just absolutely no moisture here due to these pine trees. It just sucks it up. So I've top dressed it. I've done a little Hydretain in here too today. Anyway, that's where we stand on it, guys. Leave me a comment below on what you think the yard looks like, what I can do to improve it. Thanks for watching today, and we're going to have something interesting next week.